A land of Maharajas, magnificent palaces and glorious legend, Rajasthan in the present day is home to world-renowned luxury for the well-heeled traveller. I'm in Udaipur, a city that evokes all the romance of Rajasthan in vivid colour and is where one of India's finest luxury hotels is situated. You don't have to take my word for it. That's what you said on TripAdvisor. As the world's and India's largest and most popular travel community, TripAdvisor recently announced the win of its Traveller's Choice Awards 2010. This is an award show with a difference. Unlike any other hotel awards in the world, these are based on the millions of real and unbiased reviews and opinions from travelers on TripAdvisor. So the jury here is you, the traveller, and we are rolling out the red carpet only for the best hotels across 4 different categories. And the 4 categories are Best Luxury Hotels, Best Bargain Hotels, Best Hotels for Families, and Hotels with the Best Service. On today's episode, we are featuring the top 3 luxury hotels in India as judged by the millions of travellers forming the TripAdvisor community. And in 3rd place in luxury holiday making is the Taj Lake Palace in Udaipur. Rising out of Lake Pichola against a backdrop of the Aravallis, this erstwhile summer palace is a vision in white. Built entirely on an island, it creates an illusion of being afloat on water. A treat to behold for all its guests as they cruise in on private boats. I feel like a princess arriving at a cake. Like all good princes, I get the royal welcome, of course. The brown monochromes of Rajasthan are lost in the vivid colours of the dancer's skirt. A turban turban falls effortlessly into place behind me as I make my way up the red carpet and walk straight into an endless shower of wonderfully scented rose petals. Inside, the palace staff stand ready and waiting with the traditional Indian aarti. Primed up, with garland and drink in hand, I'm already feeling well pampered when my personal butler shows me to my gorgeous suite. An ornate swing dominates the chamber as sunlight spills in myriad hues through an entire wall of intricately framed stained glass. When the Lake Palace was built in the 17th century, the then Maharana Jagat Singh borrowed freely from the architecture of Shah Jahan's Taj Mahal in Agra. So the lingering aura of magic and romance remains, making this a favourite luxury destination with couples. Beautifully restored pavilions, cusped archways, magnificent views, ornately adorned ceilings and glittering chandeliers remain a testimony to courtly love. In the central courtyard of the Taj Lake Palace is a brilliant splash of turquoise on its otherwise starched white exterior. The lily pond is built in the shape of a lily, but interestingly acquired the name only in 1982, when the Bond film The Octopussy was being filmed here, and the then 007 Roger Moore stated the obvious, and the lily pond found a name. Scenic courtyards with blossoming lawns, ponds filled with flowers and gushing fountains. Walls covered in traditional masterpieces and room-sized murals transport you into a world of fantasy, romance and magic. Every romantic fantasy must feature a good meal. And while most luxury hotels pride themselves on a good F&B department, at the Lake Palace Udaipur, they have taken pride in fine dining to Rajputana proportions. The property houses not 1, not 2, but 3 exquisite restaurants and a lounge bar, each of them offering something deliciously exclusive to its guests. Neel Kamal, the Indian specialty restaurant, is laid sachet crockery. The lounge bar not only boasts of a selection of vintage wines and spirits, but can also offer you tea to cure jet lag, amongst other things. On the rooftop, Bhairo serves up an exquisite European cuisine, besides a spectacular view and a deliciously romantic ambiance. Travelers reviewing this property on TripAdvisor frequently tend to use adjectives like magical, unreal, and utterly divine to describe it. The hotel itself claims to be able to create a magical dining experience, one that I intend to try out for myself. My moonlit magical experience is to be served on a 50-year-old royal barge while oarsmen row it gently around the lake. This is beautiful.
Thank you very much and welcome on Gangor, which is our royal barge.
It is exquisite. This is Rachita Maini. She's the sales manager at the Taj Palace and has kindly offered to keep me company and walk me through my magical dinner experience.
Of course, of course.
Isn't it awesome that we both get to drink on the job?
Yeah, I know. We're going to take you on a trip around the lake and we have some surprises lined for you.
You have some surprises lined for me? Like the kind that come in packages and I can take home?
No, something that you can view and enjoy.
The palace comes into its own at night. Lake water mirrors and multiplies all its enchanting promises, and reflections ride alongside us on wings of starlight. Like a magical painting, the backdrop shifts and changes all evening till one part of the city palace lights up with music and dance exclusively for us, and we drop anchor to watch for a bit. Fireworks are followed by an exquisitely planned and executed dinner, and in the end, it's impossible not to be enchanted. An exquisite meal served on a 150-year-old royal barge as I float along a lake flanked in the backdrop of royal palaces. Now that is the stuff fairy tales are made of. Awarded second place on TripAdvisor's list of the best luxury hotels in India is the Oberoi Grand in Kolkata, where I'm headed right now. The property has many riches that more than qualify its luxury ranking, but none so rich as its history. The Grand Hotel made its humble beginnings as the Irish Mrs. Monk's boarding house in the 1870s. A quarter century later, it changed hands and came under the ownership of Arasoon Stephen, a man who rose from pushing wheelbarrows on Charangi Street to owning one of its biggest properties. Finally acquired by hotelier Mohan Singh Roy in 1938, it got a new lease on life when about 4,000 soldiers were billeted here during the Second World War. The soldiers are long gone, but the Oberoi Grand, or the Grand Old Dame of Charangi Lane, as it's still referred to, retains its Victorian-era charm. As a business luxury hotel, its biggest assets and most striking features is its location. The hotel is a stately landmark in the heart of the commercial and administrative hub of Kolkata. All around it, the chaos of the city bustles and trades, but you have only to walk through its doors to be transported to a different world. Travelers reviewing it on TripAdvisor frequently remark on this contrast, calling it an oasis of tranquility.